Welcome back to KAP VAS and Explore with Mo. Tonight is going to be exciting. We are exploring actually deeper in our communities. Now, we don't know all about this about our people, but we have actually very born talented people, you know. So tonight we're going to talk to an actress who's been coming into the industry lately, and she has been making a mark on a very popular show on Netflix. Well, we're sitting with a star tonight, and her name is Abygail Human. Hello, how are you doing, Abygail?
Hello, I'm good, and yourself?
I can't complain, man. Thank you so much for being in the show, for accepting our offer to come and make an appearance here.
It's a pleasure.
Hey, you made it a pleasure. You're really so fast about it, here. Okay, but you must relax. So this is one of those shows where you have to be yourself, and I expect you to be yourself, because I think this is the platform where you're going to have to talk and say to people who you really are. And tell us also, who is Abygail, and actually where is he coming from, you know? Then we're going to go into deeper where actually, you know, what brought you on the show here tonight.
Okay. So basically, ek is maar net Abygail Human. I'm from Delft. My siekie wat ook maar net uit school het geval het en ook maar net gedink het, okay, ek gaan maar opgee in die leven, because as niks wat vir my, there's nothing that can bring me to where I need to be, because I didn't finish my school, and I will just be, and I felt pregnant, so I will just be a stay-at-home mom. That's basically the Abygail that I was, but now there's a new Abygail.
Yeah. So Abygail, tell me, how old are you now?
I'm 23 years old. 23
years old, and if you say you're the Abygail that fell out of school, how old were you then?
I was 17 when I fell out of school, 17 turning 18.
Turning 18,
yes.
And what was your reasons, if I may ask?
The reason I fell pregnant. And then I couldn't go back to school because I was breastfeeding. Yeah. I wanted to go back to school, but I can't, because there was no one to look after my child. He was still very small. Yeah. And my mother was working. I only stayed with my mother. Yeah. And he was very small to go to creche. And the night schools, there was no nights. Oh, there was night school, but there wasn't transport for me.
Of course.
Yeah. So and the
public is another neighborhood. Yeah.
And the public, I couldn't take public because it was from 8 till 9.
Yeah.
So
Abygail, if I said shortly, you know, now they say you're 23 years old now, and that happened when you were 17 years old, right? So that's like a four year gap as into where you are now, and it sounds like you have grown so much. So if you can tell one of our people who's 17 years old today, who's maybe sitting with the same situation as what you have sat with, what kind of message, positive message will you tell? Let's say, what will you tell your younger Abygail, 17-year-old today, if it was you today? What will you tell her?
I will tell him to get up, to go chase your dreams, even if you will have to go back to school. If I regret not going back to school, because I could have put in more effort to go back to school, but I didn't do anything of that. So I want to tell them to just stand up, go for your dreams, tell yourself now, because you will only realize when you're older, I could have done that, I could have done that, but it was too late for me. And it's okay, it's not too late, I can still go to night school, but for them, it's never too late. Don't just sit there at home and tell yourself, I need to give up, I can't do this anymore, and life is short, so where will it take me now? So for them, just make notes, tell yourself, today I want to do this, tomorrow I want to do that, and they have to pray as well, because things just don't fall out of the sky. You will have to get up, you will have to pray, and we are not lucky in this world. Everything happens through the willing of God, because where I am today, I was praying every day, I was crying every day. I was asking God, please to help me, and one day I got up, and I just got the phone call, and like, Abygail, you've got a message from, we have accepted for this Kairos model management, and it was 800 Rand, and I didn't have the money. And they just called me and tell me, Abygail, you qualified to be a runway model with us, and that's basically it. I just told myself I need to do this. And I didn't say, oh, I'm lucky I got this and I got that. I prayed for this, and I thank God for that, because he's the one that listened to my prayer, and he answered my prayer.
You know, I always say, when something happens to us, you know, at whatever stage of our lives, it's meant to happen. It's meant to be your journey. It's meant to be your, I wouldn't say, and I hate saying this word failure, but it's an obstacle, you know, what we always every day face in life that we just have to overcome. It's one of those curveballs that gets thrown to us. Maybe to some people it happens late in their life, and to some others it happens early, you know what I mean? So I would say, you know, yours perhaps came early in your life, but I can see from how you take this that you didn't let it take you down or keep you down. You stood up, you take your fall, you took up, and you pick yourself up and you move with it. And you know, that's what life is all about. You know, they will throw us anything, and it's what you make of it. You know what I mean? But enough of that. You are a strong woman. You're healthy. I mean, you got into modeling what age? 19,
I got
20?
into modeling. Last year. I got into modeling last year because Kara's model management I only got to them. I was like, there was lots of models, and I started off as like helping Caesar out. He's the owner of the Kairos Model Management, and I was like cleaning there, helping him with the models, tell the models where to go, to which room to go, and it started there with Kairos Model Management. And afterwards he told me I can join Kairos Model without any fee. I didn't have the money because my mother was the only one working, and I have a child, I don't have a job.
Yes,
so it started there.
Wow, that's amazing, man. That's really amazing. You see what happens? From a place where you kind of work and put in the work, you know, make the sacrifices, and then someone will see you actually for your effort of what you're putting in, of where you want to be. And this is also what I'm talking about every day to some of the people, is that, you know, it doesn't matter where we are, where you are in life. It's what you do with that situation. If you're gonna moan about it, if you're gonna complain about it every time, you're gonna be seen as a moaner or a complainer. Nobody's gonna take you serious. But if you put in the work, if you show people but you actually don't care about how much you make, what you must do, they see what kind of hard worker at heart you are. And that's exactly what you have been. And this person saw you and they say, no, what, you come in, we pull you in. And tell us a bit more about this modeling. Is it what's it called again?
It's a runway. It's not a pageant. It's a runway.
Yeah. And how have you experienced that? I mean, that's a different world.
That is very nice, because on a runway you experience many things. You don't know who's watching you and what photographers are watching you. So actually, I was on the runway and they asked who is Abygail Human, and I went out and there's a photographer that looked for Abygail Human, and then I went outside and they said, that's the photographer, I want to talk with you. I went to him and he's like, I want to interview for the Face of Miss Ponds 2019. And it was 300,000 the winner for the Face of Miss Ponds. And okay, I went to him, I had a shoot with him, and then I lost contact with him. I only know his name was Donny, but I didn't know his surname, to search for him and tell him I lost contact with him, and then it ended there. But it was a great experience to be on the runway.
And was it your first and only one? Or
no, I started off with Miss Covergirl. That was a pageant, and pageant didn't work out for me because it's smiling all the time, and my smile, I can't even smile witty, but it was smiling all the time. I entered for Miss Belleville South High on my high school, and I was only in the top 5, and then my school net afgeval van die stage af, so I went home because I thought, ik wil nou niet busy winnen, because I wasn't better by myself. And pageant didn't work out for me. I was with Don Alex pageant, and I was for the second time I entered again, and I didn't get into the top 5 or the top 3, and then I thought pageant is not for me, maybe runway.
So you started the runway last year?
I started in 2019.
Okay. So since then, and with the pandemic that we also faced, you know, that we are always like almost overcome. But what was the experience since that time until now with runway? How did you grow from that? What did you actually learn? What made you a positive thinker since when you started and where you are now within this runway?
I learned a lot of runway because there was girls that was like so confident, and I wasn't confident because I thought, yo, he's mooi meisies, and ik was like, okay, ek dink ek is nie mooi genoeg, but I've experienced a lot. You have to be confident. You will have to tell yourself you can do this. You are made for this. So this is for you. Just go on the runway and do your thing. Doesn't matter if there's people that don't like you or don't support you. You just do you. So yeah, that's basically what I've experienced, to be myself, and that's where people like, oh, ik hou van Abygail, en ik ga het maar voor Abygail gebruik vir die en vir die, and it was a great experience. But we should just be ourselves and be confident in what we do, because I lost my confidence in the pageant, and I told myself, pageant, it kan vir my gewees het, but I lost it because I told myself, man, kan ik dit doen nie. Dit is vir my nie.
You already put it on you.
It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. So what your mind, as if yourself say, you tell yourself, I can't do it, I gaan het maar so is. You have to tell yourself, you can do it.
Of course,
you have to go for it.
That's how it is. So you've learned to be more confident in
I've learned
whatever
to be
you
more
do
confident in yourself, yeah. And not to judge yourself by how you look or you're not better than that one. There's no competition in that.
You see, that's also another thing that I always say or talk about is that whatever you do, self-discipline is very important. If you don't know yourself, if you can't discipline or be confident in yourself, whatever it is you have to do, like you say now, you already told yourself, but you don't like the pigeon, you know what I mean? So that's already for you like a step back, you know what I mean? Because now your alter ego or your ego will feel like, this we're not going to give 100% or 150%. But, you know, and that's one of the things that I say, it doesn't matter what you do, man. It does not matter. You can work in ShopRite, you can work at pep stores, you know. Doesn't matter what kind of job you do, if you do it confidently and if you love what you do, you will succeed. Maybe it's going to take you 4 years, 10 years, 5 years. For some people it happens like, you know, with like overnight. Some people it takes 10 years. But I always say, hou aan, man. Everybody must just keep on doing what they love. Your break will come. Your break will come. So Abigail as well, you know, because you also made your debut appearance on Blood and Water, which is a whole different scene from modeling. And Blood and Water was kind of made waves when it came out on Netflix, and I think it was in 2019 when it came out. And you were in season 4, season one. Season 1. We are season 4. They're not even shot it. Season 1. Tell me, how was that experience coming from a runway and actually being on set as an actress? And I can't remember. I didn't see the episodes where you were in, but you had lines.
Yes.
You actually had to act opposite another actress or actor, right?
No, that still has to come in season 2.
In season 2.
Yes.
All right, cool. So what was it for you, the first time experience coming from a runway into on a set, an actor set or acting set? Tell me about that.
It was something different for me because modeling was like, I want to do modeling, but when I got to set, I was like, oh, this is maybe for me. Sometimes I was like, I want to go on there now and just do something. I wanted to try something out, but I couldn't. But yeah, I told myself, okay, maybe I can go more into acting because I love this industry. It was very fun. It was very nice for me. And the people in the acting industry, they're welcome. They make you feel welcome in the industry. And I was always telling myself, I want to do this more. And then they told me like, there's this agency and that agency, and then I went to everyone. I was like, I want to go more in the acting industry. Isn't there something I can do about? So I told Auntie Marie, and Auntie Marie told me, okay, we will get you more on set. And then I was like more on set, and not more on set, but now in season 2 they will put me more on set because I told them, oh, I love this industry. Although I'm an extra in the Blood and Water series, but yeah, it made me feel like, this is for me, man. I want to do acting. Despite modeling, I can still do my modeling.
I must just help you there. There's no such thing, and I want to get it out of everybody's heads. There's no such thing as an extra. You're a support actor. Because you support the actor that's actually maybe a lead or supporting actor, but you support everybody that's in front. You support them to make them look good, but also the bigger picture. Because if it wasn't for you, the support of the picture would not be beautiful. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't like the word extra. So whenever you say that, just think about that, you know what I mean? But anyway, go ahead. Tell us also in terms of your character that you had to play in Blood and Water.
Oh, yeah, it was like basically I was a schoolgirl in Blood and Water. And then, when was it? A few weeks ago, and then Jerry contacted me. It's like, we need someone that looks similar to Fikile. And I seen the picture, but she's dark and I'm light. But I had a weight, a height, a bra size, everything. And then they took me for a role, for Fikile's role. Only for the swimming part and early morning in the ocean and all that kind of stuff, because you won't be there for a while. So and I was like surprised because he told me there's a girl that looks exactly like Fikile, but the height is not the same. So we're taking you for you. I was like shocked. I'm like, thank you, Lord.
That's more calls, eh?
Yes.
More calls.
Yeah, and I was so glad. And it was a great experience in Blood and Water.
And how many times were you called in the first season?
I was called like basically it was an everyday thing, and I worked at Spa, and it became a problem at my job, And my boss told me, okay, not my boss, he told me he will support me in every way.
Yeah.
But then he was like, my colleagues, they're like, oh, it's becoming a problem for them. And I wanted to be there every day. I even stayed out of work to be there. I told myself, if I have to leave my job, I will have to do it for this because I want to do this.
Yeah.
That's for me. That I like being in front of the camera. And that's what I like. Yeah.
Nice.
So it was a bit hard for me to be in season 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made my appearance there now and then.
And now what's going to happen in season 2?
Oh, we're still waiting on them. They still have to tell us what, because Pulling is still busy finding out if Ikili is really a sister.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are busy they're busy with that. So I will see what will happen. They will tell us more about what's happening. But they only told me of Ikili's role so far. Yeah.
And also, you know, what I love, what I hear is that it all happens within almost a year.
Yeah.
All of this magic, you know what I mean? Coming from a modeling and into acting world, because Blood and Water is not just Blood and Water, it made huge waves all over the world, you know what I mean? So there's everybody, all the characters also is established.
Yeah.
So you never know how your character, depending on how you're gonna feed it, how that's gonna grow, the impact that you're gonna do as a support actress on there, how much work you're gonna put in, what the producer's gonna see, the director's gonna see what you actually do, you know what I mean? And that's a motivation I can give you, because I think it's important that our discipline starts where you are now. You know, you get the opportunities. It's maybe not as big as you wanted, but it's the opportunities there. It's what you're gonna do with that opportunity. Are you gonna be disciplined? Are you gonna act up on it? Are you gonna waste it? Are you just gonna throw it away? And I can see you've got a positive energy, and that's beautiful. I actually want to encourage you to keep on doing that and explore every field, whatever it is you're gonna do, the big breaks in modeling and acting. And also, you also made a debut as a support actress on St. Ooster like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, it was beautiful. I mean, that time we were, you know, when I saw you there, you know, I think I wasn't in the scene where you were. But tell us more about actually the fact that you were on Blood and Water, the difference from that and St. Ooster. Like, because I think you were both in supporting acts.
Yes.
Tell us the difference there.
The difference between that is like, St. Ooster was for me more like for me. It was for me because it's like my main, so ons appel is daar.
Yes.
And Blood and Water was for me, it's more like, it's serious. Like I love Blood and Water. It's like something. It's different because the reason why I can say it's different, serious and more, and St. Ooster is more like for me because I had audition with the new people for Mojam for the Bloedbetaal new casting, and they were like, give us a video of you being serious and give us a video of being more like yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, now that was the difference for me.
And you've experienced that.
I've experienced that. And they took me for the video, and they accepted me for the videos. We're like, oh, they're awesome, and I will be in their new movie. I don't know the new movie's name, but their movie coming out now, Bloedbetaal, the 6th, and it will be in cinemas the 6th till the 12th.
And how old is your son now today?
He's 3 years old.
3 years old. What do you think he might think of you today?
I think he thinks a lot of me because when he saw me on Afternoon Express, he's like, Mommy, that is my mom, Mama, that is my mom. And I think he looks up to me, and I will have to keep on pushing because he can also go into my footsteps. Because if I was like, I went into my mother's footsteps, she was a strong woman, up till now she's a single woman, and I'm a single woman, so I look up to her, I do what she do. And I will think that my son will do that. My son will follow my footsteps. He will see, you're that, my mom is a strong woman.
So if he is watching this, what will you tell him? Tell it to the camera.
Oh, Noah Human.
Tell him.
Oh, you're seeing mommy now, so I will have to tell you, my child, to do what I do. It's the best advice I can give you, because to be on the streets today, there's so many things happening, and there's no father figure in your life. So I will tell you to follow my footsteps, and I will do everything for you in this life to give you a better life, the life that I didn't have, the life that my mother didn't have. So I will tell you to follow my footsteps, follow mama's footsteps, en ons sal die beste vir jou gee en ons verwag dit van jou.
That's it. Now, Abigail, thank you very much, man. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking while you're doing that, it's such a beautiful thing if you know you're a single mother and you want to do only what's best for your kids, right? And in your position where you are, you know the world is still going to be open for you. And I hope you're going to be that mother that, explore everything with your child. Because the more we expose our child to these type of things what we are doing, you will see, especially where we come from, their minds will be open to different things and not how we grow up, like only
stuck there.
You get what I'm saying? And I hope you're going to do it. I'm praying that you will do it, because what you're doing now is experiencing, you get your wings now. Your wings is busy growing. And that's God looking after us. When they say, okay, but I need to use you. But also, don't forget who's behind you. And your footsteps, he's a 3-year-old today and he's looking up to you like you said now. And if you expose them to what you are doing now, that's another world opening up to them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I really hope, and this is something for our people out there as well. Doesn't matter what you do, if that's what you do, explore your kids to what you are doing, making them part of what you are doing, because that's an experience that they also want to be part of maybe one day when they get to that bigger world. Abigail, tell me, last thing, if you must get a part today in an American show, American movie or a South African movie that's happening at the same time, which one will you choose?
A South African movie.
Why will you choose a South African movie?
Because I think American people, they support each other in every way. They give each other exposures. And I think in South Africa, we need to do that. Like, our people watch more overseas movies than our own movies. So I will try my best to encourage our youth to help them to help them expose more, to do what they love to do, to support my own country. That's why I will.
Oh, you sound so emotional, but that's very, very nice, man. Well, Abigail, thank you so much for being here with us, man. Thank you for coming into our show. And as you can see, it's something that I think, our people need to know about us.
Yeah.
How we can sit down and just be ourselves. But before you go, tell me also, is there any kind of, when you were part of the Runaway and part of Blood and Water or on set of St. Ooster, was there anything that you felt on any of these 3 platforms that there's any bad waves coming your way, people that looks down on you or people want to pull you back or all that? What is it that you have done in that moment to actually say, I'm moving forward? Tell me that, just quickly, please.
What I've experienced in that is I had friends, like my own friends, they left me because I went into this industry, but it didn't stop me from where I need to go. I was like, people were telling me I don't acknowledge them anymore. I was like, I acknowledge you guys. I still think about you guys. I mention you guys wherever I go. I still think about you guys. So it's tough for me to always avail myself for the people that I was used to being with, but I will never look down on them. They are still in my heart because that's where I was there first. And where I'm about to go, I will take them with me. I won't think the most high of myself because I'm going into this industry more. And what broke my heart is I had like someone really close to me, and she told me I don't acknowledge her anymore. And I told her, I mentioned you in my, I was in the newspaper and I mentioned you in the newspaper. I mentioned you in my TV show, The Sit Down with Steven Taylor. I mentioned you in the radio, the 2 radio stations I was on. Not that I don't acknowledge you, and she was like, just okay, and then I was blocked, and she blocked me, and it broke my heart because I don't know what she wants me to do.
Probably she's jealous, maybe. I don't know. Let me not speak for her.
I really don't know as well, but I'm not angry at her. I will even go to her and ask her. I will tell her that I'm not angry at you. I still love you. Oh,
that's sweet, man. That's sweet. Well, Abigail, thank you very much once again. I really, really enjoyed having you on KAP VAS Explore with Mo, and I hope you're going to put out the word there, talking about the show, what it is we are doing right here. But this show has come to an end. I was sad, but yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Abygail Human has sat down with us, and as you can see, she is a young woman, young actress, young model, 23 years old, and she is making the best of what she's having and what's coming away. So let's stay tuned and see, because life is never too short. It's what we make of it. Salute.
Peace.